Hey guys, alright, so today is going to be a little bit more difficult work, something I've been kind of putting off for a little bit, but I'm at the point now, this is what I've got the parts for, so this is what I've got to do. As you know, I've completely tucked the engine bay. I cleaned it up and painted it and sanded it and done all that stuff to it, so that's ready to go. But in order to have all that stuff tucked away, I had to put most of it or all of it somewhere. So just to kind of refresh, there was right here all kinds of fuse boxes and wires, and it all ran down through here, and it really made a mess. And then right about here sat the ABS module. Over here was the battery and the coolant reservoir, and laid basically just across the top of the engine was the cruise control and a bunch of that stuff. So right now I've got some stuff taped up in this bag right here, and then I've got some wires and a bag down here. I've actually extended that entire wire loom and then shoved it into a hole right here. So it looks really good there. The grommet is really nice and in there really well. So there's all that good bonus stuff there. It actually comes out into the fender well, and you can get a better view right here. So it comes through here, and the goal is I've got a lot of extra here, so I can easily route it, and then the goal is for it to actually land about here somewhere. Right here is the brake ABS module. So it's all taped up because I was painting. So that's where that stuff's actually going to fit and sit. So I've got to get that stuff untaped. Focus, come on. I got to get that stuff untaped and cleaned up so that when it plugs, just in case there's a little overspray on stuff and whatever. And then I've got to figure the lines out, which run this whole length of mess from here all the way down, all the way over to back there. And that's the fuel lines, that's send and return, and that's the brake lines. So there's a lot to do. I'm going to actually cut some of the brake lines and then reflare them so that it can go where it's got to go. So hopefully the only thing that's actually going to be there in here is going to be the master cylinder. Going to go down and under for the lines, the air conditioning stuff, because still got to have air conditioning, and that'll all come down and through here. So fingers crossed that that's all that's actually going to be in here. Some tracks I know with the battery locations kind of a iffy trick, kind of a tricky thing. So I'm going to research some of that. Hopefully I can keep it in the trunk. That would be spectacular. If not, then that's the way it's going to be. So other than that, you guys stay tuned, and I'm going to be just kind of working away at this stuff. Alright, so I'm looking at the wiring situation right now, and I kind of need to get a handle on that before I actually start routing brake lines. So I think I'm gonna tackle that first. So it's a little dark in here, but hopefully the light's all right. So all them wires, they shove down through this hole, and I'm able to kind of work them out of here, but I've got to get some kind of protection on them. The only protection I can really get on a massive scale like this is it's going to be electrical tape. And all the wires are good, so continuity is really good on them, so I can go ahead and just button these up. Thing is it's just not extremely accessible, especially as much as I'd like it to be. So I'm going to push up a little bit and tape off, and then when I pull it through, it should be sticking through the bottom so that I can just go ahead and wrap around it. I think I'm gonna have to do this little piece by little piece, but it's better than nothing. At this rate, it's just kind of the only thing I really got left to do here. So this isn't really so much protection as in just keeping it together, keeping them all in one spot. So now this piece here is just hanging down, and I'm able to continue right where I left off. So do a few tear off pieces, and then we'll be able to really go around with the whole tape. Hey guys, everything that was in that video was last night. I ran out of time. I was way too tired to continue, and I just couldn't think of a good solid plan or idea to get the fuse boxes mounted. So I had an idea this morning, so I ran with it, and it looks good. It works very, very well. It's very, very strong. I can show you. This is not obviously attached, but you can see here, they're right in here. I can get to them. This mess of wires here is going to be all kept up in here where the secondary air pump was, and then I'll be able to run my brake lines from here and here out and around and up and through, so they can get to where they got to go. Gonna more than likely shoot across here and then straight back underneath the car that way. So and that'll be for the back. Right now I've got the fender off of it, and I'm actually going to run this big thing of wires somewhere out into here, and then probably notch out something like here for this to come up into, so that it'll lay up in here. There's plenty of room. I'll be able to it's dirty. I'll be able to mount this here, like just with some a big clamp or something to it. So that'll be a whole lot nicer. So I'm gonna set the camera up and continue to work and go from there. All right guys, so I was kind of piddling and I got onto something and I just ran with it, and it looks a little Back to the Futurist, but you won't be able to see it actually. So here's what I came up with, and it solves a lot of problems. Really, this is up and out of the way here, so the fender well can ride right up into here, and it's completely out of the way. I had to bend this up a little bit so that this straight edge wouldn't cut into the wire loom here, and then I just ran it up through here and zip tied it in place, and this is pretty solid. It's not going to go anywhere, and I might double zip tie it, but it's sitting in here, and then ran down through here, which leads it to the big spool of wire down here. Let's actually turn it this way, which, yeah, so it runs it all down into here, which is where exactly I wanted it. I wanted it right here And then with this being up here, I can bring brake lines straight across here, and then, or straight here and under, or straight here and down. I've got some options, so that's kind of nice. Getting this all figured out was kind of lucky, but the fender clears, I've already put that on and tested it, and it all bolts, goes right on. So that stuff's not in the way of the fender at all, so that's good. So I'm going to continue on messing with these, get these wires taped up and protect it, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of that. Kind of seeing what I was doing. It's tucked up underneath there, you can see real nice. And I was taping it up so that when I ran the stuff, I knew exactly where it would go. And that it's going to reach. It's not like it's bound up there real bad or anything. So I've got the lights here to kind of jammed in the button. This is not focused at all. There we go. Got the lights jammed up in there real nice so that I can just run them. The fog lights and the corner lights and stuff that are in the bumper. The fender we know goes on, and then I'll be able to really run this through across here to the other side. Now the only thing is I've got this right in here. You can see this stuff now. It's not a terrible thing, but I might try to come up with something to cover that. I'm not really too concerned about that, but we'll see how that goes. So until next time, guys, or I should say until tomorrow. Tomorrow will be fuel lines and brake lines, and get all that done. There may be even some fuel tank and fuel pump and stuff like that. So I was getting this stuff done. So until then, I'll see you guys later.